everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Lauren and I make videos a couple of times a week about books and fandom-y things. So today I'm talking about my most anticipated releases for 2020. I know that it is almost March, but I was thinking about what videos to do and I realised I didn't do this and was supposed to do it in January, and I didn't because January was a bit of a crazy month. And it just completely slipped my mind. I do one of these every year, but it just completely was just not in my brain for some reason in January. So I thought I'd do it now because better late than never. Yeah, so this is, I've got 10 books on this list. I am putting myself on a mini book buying ban this year, so I'm not buying lots and lots of books. I'm only buying books I really want to read or books I've been waiting for a very long time. There's only 10 books on this list, but there will be more that come out, I am sure. So first of all, coming out on March 3rd, so literally 8 days time from when I'm filming this. So I'm so excited for this book. Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare. This is the first book in the Last Hours series, which is a sequel series from the Infernal Devices and a new series in the entire Shadowhunters Chronicles. I just said lots of words that if you do not read the Shadowhunter Chronicles or any of Cassie's books, you won't understand what I just said. And I understand there's a lot of books, there's a lot of things, it's a big series, big world, but the Infernal Devices is my favourite Cassandra Clare series, so the fact that we're getting a sequel and a book for Will Arundel in like 8 days? I'm not ready. I don't think I've actually processed the whole thing that it's out so soon, and I'm buzzed. There's gonna be lots of Chain of Gold content, but yeah, I am so freaking excited for Chain of Gold, for the Last Hours to officially start. I've been waiting a very long time, so this is probably my most anticipated book of the year, or like it's up there in the top 3, you know, like it's there, it's there. Then we have The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins, which is a Hunger Games prequel. Now this has been met with mixed opinions because it is about President Snow and he is about to be a mentor in the Hunger Games. He's 18 and he gets given a tribute from District 12 and he's completely disgusted by this fan. This book's going to go one of two ways and everyone knows this, but I trust Suzanne Collins to not do us dirty, you know? Because I love the Hunger Games to pieces. I love the books, I love the films. I'm going to reread them before this book comes out and I love them to pieces, and this will ruin everything if this book is not good or if this book makes me want to feel sorry for President Snow. I don't want this. Suzanne Collins, I hope you haven't done a Gilmore Girls revival and ruined something I love very much. But I've got faith that Suzanne Collins knows what she's doing and that it'll be okay. But I am excited for it because I'm intrigued to see what route she's gone down and what we're going to find out about what's going to happen in this world. I mean, there were so many things, other things I thought this book was going to be about. Yeah, I'm definitely interested, so it's definitely on my list. Then we have The Nobleman's Guide to Scandal and Shipwrecks by Mackenzie Lee, and this is due out on the 18th of August 2020, and this is the third book in the Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue series, also by Mackenzie Lee. The first book in the series is The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue, and then there's a small novella called The Gentleman's Guide to Getting Lucky, and then there is The Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy, and obviously the next book coming out very soon. For those that don't know, the Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue series is set in the 1700s and it focuses on Monty, Henry Montagu, and his dad is a lord and he owns his estate, and Monty is expected to take over the estate, but Monty don't want to do that. He has a little younger sister called Felicity who he's very similar in age with, and he is 17-18 at the start of the first book, and his parents have just had a baby who he calls the Goblin, and Monty is about to embark on his gentleman's tour of Europe with his best friend Percy, who he is in love with, and then Felicity tags along, which he didn't expect, and they get given a chaperone, which he didn't expect, and his dad is very against the fact that Monty likes boys as well as girls, and the tour does not go as planned. It doesn't go the way Monty wanted the tour to go, and obviously The Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy is from Felicity's perspective, and The Nobleman's Guide to Scandal and Shipwreck is going to be from the Goblin's perspective, whose name is Adrian Montagu. So I am buzzed to find out more about this. As soon as Lady's Guide was announced, I was like, there needs to be a third one. from the perspective of the goblin, and now that's what we're getting. It's a fantastic series. I rave and rave about it, so if you're not new here, you've probably heard me talk about it before, but if you are new, it's a fantastic series and I really recommend the audiobook. It's read by Christian Coulson, who plays Tom Riddle in Chamber of Secrets, like Ghost Tom Riddle, Horcruxy Tom Riddle, and he has the perfect voice for Monty's voice. And I listened to the audiobook before I read it. I actually listened to the audiobook as my first experience with this story, and it just made the whole thing 10 times better. I adore that audiobook. It's incredible. I actually think those are probably my top 3 anticipated releases for this year. I think that's the top, that's the 3. Then we have The Lost Book of the White, also by Cassandra Clare. This book is not got a set date yet. It's the sequel book to the Red Scrolls of Magic series, which focused on Alec and Magnus, and it's the next book in that series. Not got a set release date yet, but Magnus and Alec are my faves and I love them, so I'm excited to read more about it. The Red Scrolls of Magic I didn't love it as much as I thought I was going to, but I'm really hoping that as the series goes on, it's getting up to, because it was going right back to the beginning of their relationship, whereas the later ones are not going to be like that, so maybe it'll feel a bit more familiar. So I'm looking forward to reading the next one. Then we have Check Please Sticks and Scones, which is book number 2 in the Check Please series. The first book's called Check Please Hockey. It's literally right here. This is actually a graphic novel series, but I just finished part 1 and it's adorable and I loved it. I absolutely loved it so much. It was just amazing. And this focuses on Eric, who has just started his first year of college, which I love because I love college books because it's closer to my age now than being a teenager. It's his first year of college and he is a vlogger, he loves to bake, and he was a figure skater, but he has just joined the ice hockey team at his college and he's really enjoying it, but it's set through sort of the style of his like vloggy stuff and also the actual story that's happening. And he meets Jack, who is also a player on the team, and it's their friendship and everything that comes from that. And it's LGBTQ plus graphic novel, which there's not that many of, which I love. And honestly, I finished it like a couple of weeks ago and put it down and was like, okay, I'm gonna order the second one. And then I was like, okay, so the second one's not out yet. It comes out on April 7th, which my birthday is in April, so happy birthday to me. I am so excited. I'm buzzed for part 2 of this graphic novel series. Then we have Music from Another World by Robin Talley. It's due to be released on March 31st. I've spoken loads before about how much I love Robin Talley's books. They are always LGBTQ plus books. I love them. She's fantastic. And this book is set in 1977 and it focuses on Tammy, who the only way she can be herself is in her diary, because obviously this is a time where being anything that's not straight is not agreed, is frowned upon and also illegal, which is ridiculous. So she writes sort of like non-sent letters to Harvey Milk, and also she gets given a pen pal called Sharon, and it's everything that comes from there. I love Robin Talley's books. I'm so excited that she's releasing a new one. She is an author that I will go and get the books on release day, read them immediately. I love her stories so much. Please read them. Our Own Private Universe is my favourite book of hers, and I really adore the way she tells stories. Then on March 3rd we have Under the Rainbow by Celia Lasky. This is like the prom vibes, and it's a bunch of people going to Kansas, which is a very anti-gay place, and it's trying to challenge the way they think and change the way they think, and I really love that. I really love seeing that, and that was something that I really loved in The Prom, is the way that it made people think and it challenged the characters' ideas and thoughts and challenge them in ways which they probably hadn't thought of before. And I'm really looking forward to this one as well. I'm hoping that because it's been sort of like sold to me as the prom vibes, it will keep that up and it's not gonna go down a different route, but I'm really hopeful, so that is one I'm looking forward to. Then we have Cemetery Boys by Aidan Thomas, and this book is due to be released on the 9th of July. This book focuses on Yadriel, who is transgender, and his family are not very accepting of that, so to kind of prove himself, he is going to summon a ghost of his dead cousin and set him free. However, he doesn't summon the right ghost, and he summons the ghost of Julian, who was a boy in his school, kind of this classic school bad boy, and Julian didn't want to die quietly, and he is now working with Yadril to discover what happened that led to his death and everything from there. And the more that goes on and the more they kind of spend time together, Yadril realizes he doesn't want to let Julian's ghost go back. I follow Aidan Thomas on Twitter, and I followed him not because of his book. I didn't know he was writing a book. I followed him because I saw a tweet and I was like, yes. So I followed him, and then he's been posting a lot about his book recently. The first post of his that I saw about it, I was like, oh my god, this sounds really, really cool. And the more he's posted about it, because it's coming out this year, the more I see it, the more hyped I get, and I just really want to read this book now. So that is definitely on my list. Then we have When You Get the Chance by Tom Ryan, and this book is due to come out on May 5th. And this book focuses on two cousins who are road tripping their way to Pride, and it is them sharing family secrets and discovering family history and friendship and family, and it's everything from there. I really, really love the sound of this book. I really love that idea of bonding with your family because of that, and coming together because of this, and their journey to get to Pride and acceptance and everything from there. And I think that journey to get there is just as important as actually being there, and I guess it's kind of like, I see that as the actual journey but also the metaphorical journey to get there. And this is another one which I really, really liked the sound of and I'm really excited for. And finally, we have barely any information about this book, but the second book in the King of Scars series, the Nikolai series by Leigh Bardugo. It's part of the whole Grishaverse series, the Shadow and Bone trilogy, the Six of Crows duology. Speaking of which, have you guys seen the stuff that they've been posting about the Netflix show? Because I am so buzzed. I am so buzzed. And this is the second book in the King of Scars series, so I'm really excited for that to get to the latest installment of the Grishaverse series, especially after King of Scars ended, because what the hell, I'm so stressed. So yeah, so that was the last book on the list. I'm buzzed. Leigh Bardugo is one of my top 5 favourite authors, and I am so excited to read her next installment. So yes, so that is my most anticipated reads for 2020. I'd love to know yours in the comments down below. Are any of yours the same as mine? Recommend me other ones, even though I'm trying to stop myself from buying books, but you know I'm still gonna buy them, so recommend me more. Like I said, if you guys are new here, then I make videos a couple of times a week about books and fandomy things, so if you want to stick around and join us, then feel free to hit that subscribe button. And as usual, all the links to all my other social media is in the description down below. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you're doing really, 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 really well, and I will see you next time. Goodbye!